Friends, ever heard of surveillance capitalism? This was coined by Harvard professor Shoshana Zuboff to describe a new economic system in which companies profit by collecting and analyzing the user data. It is your and my data that is collected when we use free online services like Facebook, Google, and Instagram. And worst, they generate revenue for the companies at our cost. So, in a technology driven world, is our personal privacy being compromised? Where is the intersection between technology and individual privacy? Should we debate the subject at all? Even as technology advances at a frenetic pace, creating new opportunities for innovation, convenience, and connection for us, it raises significant concerns about the erosion of personal privacy. Our mobile phones, they collect vast amounts of data, most of the time personal data, and sometimes we part willingly, and sometimes the device records covertly. Even the social media platforms, which are now a part of our lives, track every interaction of ours. In both cases, the boundaries between personal privacy and technological advancement are increasingly getting blurred. We live in the digital age with everything being data driven. Virtually every interaction with technology generates data, be it our search history, location, social media, activities, or the way we interact with our devices. Remember, the number of times you keep getting similar content that you may have surfed a day earlier, or maybe it served a couple of hours before. A lot of this data is incredibly valuable, both for corporations and for the government. Companies use this data, to personalize advertisements, improve products, and refine services. Governments could use it for national security purposes or to track criminal activities. The question, however, is how ethical is all this? Much of this data is actually collected without our full understanding or explicit consent. Even seemingly innocuous data, such as what we like, on Facebook, the photos we upload, or the messages we send, can be aggregated and analyzed to create detailed profiles of our behavior, our preferences, and also our vulnerabilities. Our smartphone applications, routinely track our location. They also monitor our activity and access personal information like contacts or the photos we have stored. They also monitor our activity, most of the activity, most of the times. Have we ever really realized how much monitoring we are subjected to? Actually, many of us unwittingly share much personal information when we agree to, vague or lengthy privacy policies without reading the fine print. We accept that routinely. What people often miss out is that they have little or no control over how their data is collected, shared, or even used. Further, AI and machine learning technologies have enabled companies, to build sophisticated profiles of individuals based on this very data that they have collected, which is often used for targeted marketing, advertising. But did you know that they can also influence political opinions, shape behavior, and even impact credit scores of employment, or employment prospects, be that as it may. What is of bigger concern is that the data has potential for manipulation. Not only it can be used to target ads, but can also influence the human behavior. The Cambridge Analytica scandal, where Facebook data was misused to influence elections, is a case in point. While different countries have different privacy laws, our government too has a law to protect data of its citizens. The Digital Personal Protection Act, DPDPA, of 2023 came into effect on September 1st that year, replacing the earlier IT Act 2000 and the IT Reasonable Security Practices and Procedures of and Sensitive or personal data or information rules of 2011. The DPDPA aims to protect the privacy of individuals by establishing a framework for the lawful possession of personal data whose non-compliance can result in penalties ranging from 10,000 rupees to 250 crores of rupees. The government expects to fight crime with these provisions. Expectations apart, the government can also use the data as a tool for monitoring the citizens. While many governments argue that such surveillance is necessary for national security, critics argue that these programs infringe on the civil liberties and erode personal privacy. The debate can go on. The challenges are actually many. Finding a balance between innovation and protection is one. While technology has the potential to create new industries, solve complex problems, and improve our quality of life, unchecked collection of personal data threatens the very fundamental right to privacy. What is the way out then? Can data minimization be done? Can only the data that is necessary for a specific purpose be collected and then detected or deleted once the need is satisfied? Can individuals be empowered with greater control over their data, such as, through clear and easily accessible privacy settings, as well as tools which can manage and delete data stored by the companies? Well, these may be done. Maintaining transparency is important. What is collected, what is deleted must be transparent. Technology companies must be transparent, which means that they must be transparent about their data collection practices, ensuring that users understand what data is being collected, how it will be used, and who will have access to it. There are also privacy enhancing technologies called PETs, such as encryption, anonymization, and blockchain, all of which must be used. By integrating privacy protection into the design of technology from the outset, companies can create products that respect users' rights while still offering, the benefits of innovation. While technology offers incredible, potential for progress, its misuse will always remain a concern. Everything can be used, misused, and also abused. This will, mean a combination of stronger regulations, innovative solutions, and a commitment to ethical data, which is very, very essential. Privacy is not an option. It should be the price we accept for surfing the internet. So with that, friends, I come to this week's episode, and that highlighted a few serious concerns on the privacy of data. Hope you will become more responsible in blindly ticking I agree option. With that, thank you, धन्यवाद and namaskar.